Okay, this is Fred Bro at Swift Plumbers. We did a drain line repair. In an ideal situation, we would do this much differently. We wouldn't have to use slip couplings or ferncoes. Ferncoes, I call them a slip coupling because you can move them all up and down and align the pipe. We tried to peel the fittings here, and one of them, it didn't work. We had to actually alter the pitch a little bit. But what they did with this is everything surrounded the vent down here and the waste arm is surrounded with cement. They put it right on the outside wall. So we tried to limit the amount of damage here. Initially, we went from the inside because that was all molded and a bunch of damage there. We realized how close this pipe was to the wall and the fact that somebody had drilled through the T, that we had to put a new T in. So we did that. We put a 2-inch T in, reducing down to 1.5 inches with that fern coat to get the right pitch, as we had to go a little bit lower with that T. So instead of making a bigger hole up and down and completely redoing it, we did it that way. Fernco is to code and a good fitting to use. Of course, we always like to glue things in and hard pipe them in, but given the situation, sometimes you have to outweigh making more damage. You just want to make sure it works. So we did that to get that T set back in there. As you can see, 2 by 1.5 inch Fernco, 2-inch T, and right there a 2-inch Fernco going up. We had nowhere to move, completely encased in cement. This one a little bit more, and we could have redid that line out a little farther away from the wall, but the rest of that PVC is just fine. It was just where it was drilled through. Now, what I did and what I always do when I run this is we ran water down that vent, and we did it here just to make sure we thoroughly check this line, and have to be out here when we're running this, okay? But the sink has been pulled. So we know that this drain line is open right now. And we know that there's no leaks in anything that we've done. So unless something changes or somebody does something to this, we have no leaks in it. We've got that thing wide open, full pressure. So we've got some stuff to clean up, and they've got a lot of reconstruction to do here to get this thing back together, but we have made it where this kitchen sink is usable. I recommend stripping all the cabinets out and starting over on this one, but I don't know that that's the route the landlord's going to go with it. But that electrical line, be careful with it too. I think that's the culprit. As you can see, they tried drilling through to get that in there. So we are running good. We don't have a hole in the pipe, and we tried to limit the damage as much as we could on the exterior with how we used our fittings. So I'm going to end this, take my supply line back, and we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to send this to my office and to the tenant. Veronica, you can go ahead and add the pipe repair into that demo hammer charge, and I will do a rough cleanup of this. Of course, they should get it professionally cleaned up, but I'm going to load all the debris that I broke out into a bucket and into my truck and put all these tools away.